Investigations, alerts, breaking news.
A military base in Texas suffers casualties. How a shooter went on a rampage at the Army post, unleashing a shower of gunfire and death.
It's hard to lose a child. That nothing will ever compare to that feeling.
A teen found shot to death in East Bakersfield. How the community came together this evening to support the victim's loved ones.
And 1 week after deputies shoot and kill a Bakersfield man, what authorities now say the man did to justify the use of deadly force.
Broadcasting live in high definition. This is Eyewitness News at 10 on KBFX Fox 58.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Courtney Bryant.
And I'm Kurt Rivera. 4 people are dead after a shooting at Fort Hood Army Post in Central Texas.
More than 14 people were hurt in the violence, and the incident marks Fort Hood's second mass shooting in 5 years. Leah Gabrielle has the latest.
Seek shelter immediately.
Senior U.S. officials say specialist Ivan Lopez unleashed a deadly barrage of bullets, hitting more than a dozen people at Fort Hood, one of the largest military posts in the country. The incident happening near the 1st Medical Brigade headquarters on the sprawling installation spread out over many acres in Bell County, Texas. The Army post urging all personnel to shelter in place after 5 p.m. local time. President Obama, on a fundraising trip to Chicago, says he is heartbroken at the news.
Many of the people there have been through multiple tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. When they're at their home base, they need to feel safe. We don't yet know what happened tonight, but obviously that sense of safety has been broken once again.
In 2009, Major Nadal Hassan gunned down 13 people, wounding 32 others, inspired by cleric Anwar al-Awlaki, targeting soldiers at the post. He was tried and sentenced to death in August 2013.
He should have been stopped. There was so much information out there which was not shared by the FBI and the military. Hopefully, this case is not like Major Hassan, because all the red flags were there.
Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel briefed in Hawaii.
We are still getting facts. It's a terrible tragedy. We know that.
New tonight, a 7.8 magnitude aftershock hits Chile. This coming a day after at least 6 people were killed after an 8.2 magnitude quake shook Chile's northern coast. There have been no reports so far of damage or injury after this latest temblor. A magnitude 6.4 quake reportedly hit the region about 45 minutes earlier.
And it's certainly a big quake in that part of the world. We'll go right to it right now. You can see the 7.8 happening just a little bit more than 24 hours since the other big earthquake, 8.2. The difference is that this earthquake was actually under land, whereas yesterday's 8.2 was out over the ocean. No tsunami from this one, but you can see just to the south of Iquique. Some big information there. We got a lot of damage, potential at least, from this huge earthquake, which happened again. Another earthquake in the same area in northern Chile. An area of over 200,000 people, too. Right now it's 55 degrees here in Bakersfield with 57% humidity, and the temperatures are cooling off. We're already down into the 40s, the upper 40s over in Taft. And temperatures in the mountains now in the 30s. There's 32 degrees at Pine Mountain Club. We had some snow there earlier, and things have generally cleared out now. 63 the high in Bakersfield today, 40s in the Kern County mountains, where it's in the 30s now. Going to be a cool night, that low pressure system having moved well off to the east now. It's making its way through northern Arizona, Flagstaff getting some snow, and you can see a northerly flow for us. So look for generally fair skies, but there will be some clouds east through south side of the valley tonight. Temperatures will be dropping into the mid-40s. It'll be sunny and chilly first thing tomorrow morning. And it will be up to around 62 by noon, a little milder tomorrow than we were today. And some lingering clouds in the mountains, but all the precipitation, all the snow, all of the rain is over for now. Looks like we'll have a pretty nice day tomorrow, but more clouds coming up tomorrow night and going into Friday. Might that portend more precipitation? The answer and the forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Miles. New at 10, another tragedy also involving a shooting brought out community members to a candlelight vigil for a 13-year-old boy found dead along the railroad tracks just south of East Brundage Lane. Eyewitness News reporter Jose Gaspar is here with that story. Jose?
Kurt, the boy's name was Cortez Batiste. He was an 8th grade student at Curran Middle School, and police are investigating his murder. Tonight, though, it was the community who came out to support his family.
Father, I just pray, Father, for the mother right now, that you, Lord, watch over and protect her.
Tasha Batiste is the mother of 13-year-old Cortez Batiste. She's trying to remain strong after losing her son.
Like I said, only God has me standing here strong to go through this for him, because I also have other babies, but my baby was 11 person. I couldn't see to where that he had any type of enemies.
The body of 13-year-old Cortez Batiste was found around 1:30 Tuesday morning near the railroad tracks in the 1500 block of East Brundage Lane. Police say he had been shot multiple times. No suspects have been arrested. The 8th grade student at Curran Middle School is described as a fun-loving student who liked to play jokes.
I'm not saying that my son is perfect or he didn't do nothing bad, but I still feel that he don't deserve this.
The shooting has touched a nerve in the community. Faith Moziki Heath didn't know the boy personally, but she knows what it's like to lose a child.
It's hard to lose a child. That nothing will ever compare to that feeling. And I just felt compelled to come and speak to her and just comfort her in any way that I could.
With flowers, candles, prayers, and in song, those who knew Cortez and those who didn't came out to comfort his family, if for only one evening. Tasha Batiste, the boy's mother, told me that she forgives and is praying for the person who took her son's life. Courtney?
Thanks, Jose. The Bakersfield mother accused in the murder of her 4-year-old son pleaded not guilty in court today. Alexis Dixon, who also goes by the name Barrow, is charged with first-degree murder and assault of a child under 8 resulting in death. 4-year-old Marky Dixon was injured in April 2010 at the trailer the family lived in and later died at the hospital. The mother says Marky fell about 2 feet from a table and his head slid against a wall and hit a pole outside the trailer. Investigators say they believe the mother caused the injuries to the child. Her husband, the child's father, says that's not what happened.
They're making a tragic mistake. They're making a tragic accident into something that it's not. I mean, you know, it's bad enough we lost our son, and we have to live with that, and now they're trying to put an innocent woman away.
The judge refused to lower Dixon's $2 million bail. She's set to be back in court in 2 weeks.
More details coming out about a deputy-involved shooting that happened a week ago in Oildale. Eyewitness News reporter Jonathan Gonzalez has the latest into the investigation.
The Kern County Sheriff's Department released more details Wednesday on last week's deputy-involved shooting that left one man dead. Authorities say the victim, 41-year-old Christopher McDaniel of Bakersfield, was riding a stolen motorcycle erratically around this Oildale neighborhood. After a pursuit, he crashed his bike right here at Plymouth and Beardsley Avenues. That's when authorities say he got up and pulled a gun on a sheriff's deputy.
Saw the handgun come up to the area of his face. He fell backwards, drew his firearm and started firing. He fired 3 rounds.
His partner fired 3 more shots, killing McDaniel, who neighbors told us last week went by Nader.
Nader's a real good guy. He's never ran around here causing trouble. He's not a drug dealer. He's not no gangster. He ain't no, like, hoodlum, thug, Nick, whatever you want to call him. He's pretty much kept to himself.
He was a really good guy, actually. I mean, everybody has their problems, but he didn't, I mean, no one deserves to die like the way he just did. I mean, first shot was enough.
Amid the gunfire, authorities say a sheriff's canine named Luke was shot, though it's not known who shot the dog. Luke is being treated in Los Angeles and could be back in action as soon as 6 months from now. But at question is why it took the department nearly a week to give specifics on the incident.
So we err on the side of caution. In this particular case, I think we could have released the officers' names a little sooner, and we probably could have released some of the information that you just talked about a little sooner than we did.
Jonathan Gonzalez reporting. Both deputies are on leave while a review is done.
New tonight, one man is hurt in an apparent drive-by shooting in front of a market in southeast Bakersfield. Police say the victim was shot outside the Hollywood supermarket on East Plains Road around 7 o'clock tonight. The man was transported to a hospital with moderate injuries. No arrests have been made, and it's unclear what prompted the shooting. If you have any information, call Bakersfield Police. And a woman accused of killing a motorcyclist while texting was back in court today. Anna Marie Reynosa is accused of killing 20-year-old Charla Wilkins when she hit her motorcycle in northwest Bakersfield in April 2012. Today, Reynosa rejected a plea offer that would have given her a 2-year maximum sentence. Now she's expected to go to trial where she could face a 6-year sentence. Police say Reynosa admitted she was texting at the time of the crash.
Bakersfield police want to warn you of a tax scam that's been going around. They say to watch out for callers claiming to be the IRS, saying you owe them past due fines. The scammers then ask for payment over the phone with a prepaid credit card. Authorities say they are targeting mostly Hispanic and Middle East Indian immigrants communities. For more information, go to bakersfieldnow.com.
Fire fell from the sky and one man found himself caught in the flames. How a security guard made sure that hope wasn't burning up too.
And 2 students in a dorm wake up to a nightmare scene, how they allegedly became the subjects of a haunting experience.
Shelter from the storm. A tornado will have trouble ripping through this. What an elementary school is doing to protect its students.